Hi. It is April 21st, 2020. We are still on shelter in place here in San Francisco. I am in my cave in the beautiful city of San Francisco, where outdoors it is surreal at every time of day. Things are just peculiar out there, man. Yeah, it's a far out time to be alive. And I'm not sure that's a good thing, but it is what's happening. So it's what we're dealing with. I thought By the way, it's good to see you all again. I know I'm not actually looking at you, but the idea that we are doing this together is very stabilizing to me. This is one of my favorite things to do each week. And I'm shooting lots of videos here every single day. We in my house have a great routine. And I feel very lucky about how we are weathering this. Obviously, it is a really intense time, and being able to create a space for you to come here and ask me some questions. And sometimes I'm building stuff. And that's how I want to begin today. Before I start taking questions, I thought I would do a quick little build. And I actually went through this whole introduction on a unknown YouTube channel. So I'm going to go through it again. I have a couple of small builds that I have been holding on to for a long time. The shelf behind me, there we go. So everything up there, this above this line here, and these shelves were built by my former shop assistant, the amazing Asa Hillis. Those shelves are all uncompleted projects. And I like having them there. I like being stared at by my uncompleted projects. Sometimes I can go shopping, like I don't know what to do. And I've just cleaned the shop and I still don't know what to do. Often when I don't know what to do, I clean the shop or I sweep up or I organize a thing. In fact, that's been most of what I've been doing during the lockdown. However, every now and then I look up there and I go, oh, there's something. And this is what I found today, a custom Lego kit made by a company called Ichiban Toys. You can find them at ichibantoys.com. And this is a custom Lego kit of the Blade Runner spinner. Now, I've been a Lego builder all my life, but as far as intersecting with the Lego community, I have not done much of that. I have met and I'm a great admirer of Lego master builders like Nathan Sawaya. And I've met many others. And in fact, actually, a few years ago, for one of our anniversaries, and this is a really great idea, you should think about this, I commissioned an Etsy Lego builder to make a model of our house. And it's this we live in this Victorian or Edwardian, I think it's Edwardian, here in the Mission. It's Edwardian. And I sent him pictures of the elevation of the house and some detail shots. And he made a beautiful, beautiful kit of our house. I then took super wide 14 millimeter wide angle shots of each room from the windows. And then I printed those on laser paper and put them behind the windows and actually lit it up so that when you look through the windows, you see the rooms of our house. It's pretty sweet. And it's just this little thing that sits there. And I think the full commission was maybe $150, which is that's real money. But for a custom commission, that's incredibly reasonable. And it's one of our favorite night lights. It sits in one of our rooms and it lights your way on the way to the bathroom. Yeah. Delightful. So there's a whole bunch of amazing custom Lego stuff going out there. That's what the whole point of my story was. You can find them on eBay, on Etsy, and probably on some Lego specific channels. People post plans for their builds all over the place. And some people actually sell plans and parts as like a real Lego kit. And that's what I'm going to put together this morning. I, as you know, am all about Blade Runner. I have 6 or 7 models of the Blade Runner spinner and still have a great plan to make a giant, super accurate, fully lit one, like the studio scale ones they were filming with. That still hasn't happened yet. Some friends of mine and I are kind of working on it, but it's, those big projects sometimes take years. They often take years. So for those of you who haven't watched me do a Lego build untested, it begins with a little organization. Let me get some scissors here. because huh. There we go. Let's see here. Okay, that's the yeah. All right, let's do some organizing. This is often one of the most stabilizing beginning parts. Set things up so that they're all kind of lined up and even. This is something that I have always done, and regular tested viewers know this about me. This type of organization actually has a name. I didn't know this name until I met Tom Sachs, and we became friends. This is called knolling, after mid-century designer Knoll, who apparently used to leave his desk like this every night with all of the things he was working on, arranged at right angles to each other with like things next to like things. I'm here to tell you that as an organizational strategy for wrapping your head around the parts that are in front of you, knolling is the shizzle. Yeah, it's ridiculous for me to say shizzle. I realize that, and yet I didn't want to curse just then. I think there are some kids watching this, and kids, you should really know that it's awesome to be an adult and to curse. It's fantastic, but it's really gross when kids curse, and that's a fact. You should just know that that's a thing that's reserved for adults. So children, you should only curse around each other. Make sure no adult hears you. Also, this kind of build, this sort of like stabilizing little personal project, these kind of things are they're like lifeblood for me, and I know it's funny. There's a guy who follows me on Twitter just to insult me. Oh, there's a few people who follow me on Twitter just to insult me. That's fine. But there's one guy who gets really offended when I build toys, and he sends me these emails. English is definitely not his first language, but he sends me these emails that when I can figure them out, they basically tell me that real men don't play with toys. They put away the childish things and they do real things. And I always find that really funny. I don't know why. I find it very entertaining to be lectured by him because he's right. I am playing with toys. That is totally something that I am doing. But I am a believer that playing with toys is one of the ways you kind of unlock yourself. Or let's say indulging in the little pleasures of being a human being, wherever you can find them, is one of the ways we sort of unpack ourselves and understand ourselves. I really truly believe that it's like psychologically a valuable exercise to find something that's comforting and go carve out some time, not just to do it when you can, but really to carve out some time to do that thing. Give it some value, give it some oxygen. Now we're getting to the little nitty gritty parts, and these will be I'm going a little more exacting than I often do with Lego kits. Simply because it can take forever. It can take as long to knoll something as it does to actually build something. In fact, there was the most lopsided build versus planning project I have ever done was making a whip. I've made several whips in my time, always inspired by Indiana Jones's Raiders of the Lost Ark whip, built by built by David Morgan. Ron Morgan is David Morgan's son, who carries on the family business and still makes magnificent whips. But in the mid-90s, I decided I wanted to make a whip based on Indiana Jones's book, based on Indiana Jones's whip. I found a book written by David Morgan, and I called him on the phone, and lo, he not only picked up the phone, he actually gave me 90 minutes of his time on the phone, walking me through the whip that I had built and gave me advice about improving the build. And then I ordered a piece of kangaroo hide from him, and he chose a kangaroo hide that he said matched as closely as possible the hide that he had used for Indy's whip, and I bought it from him. Yeah, it's totally awesome. But all this is a long way of telling you that to build that whip, I was measuring. So a whip, the laces of a whip are unbroken. They're continuous. And for a 10-foot whip, you're going to have laces that are like 16 feet long. I can't remember the exact math, but they're really long. And that means like out of a kangaroo hide, which is only about this big, right? It's like that. You've got to measure out your whip laces in concentric circles, and also the laces taper. Yeah, it's a bear. I spent 6.5 hours measuring and drawing in pen the laces of the whip, and the actual assembly of the whip, maybe 3 hours. So twice as long just to measure and plot as it took to actually braid the whole thing. That's by far the most lopsided. But also, actually, there's a valuable lesson in there. And the lesson's one that took me a long time to learn as a maker, which is like the table saw behind me. I used to think that using a table saw was turning it on and feeding a piece of wood into it. I now know that there's so much more to it than that. In fact, the execution of the tool, the using it for its intended purpose, is the smallest part of the equation. Everything else is setting your fence, setting your marks, making sure you're safe, making sure the cut's going to be clean, making sure you've got the right blade, making sure the power is in the right place and you've got enough light, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's so much around setting up to make the cut that the cut is actually the least important part of the equation. That took me, I felt like a real mature maker when I finally understood that central fact. Okay, we got some little technical parts here. We're really close. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tilt the camera. I'm gonna just push it back a little bit so you can see the whole arrangement. Isn't that satisfying? I think it's satisfying. Now I'm sounding like Bob Ross. I feel a deep, abiding connection to Bob Ross when I do these, when I build like this. That level of complete judgment-free encouragement that Bob engendered and spent his whole life doing is totally aspirational to me. He contributed a great good to the world by doing what he did. I'm a fan. Can you tell? A wonderful man. You know, I've never I took a class in painting Bob Ross style paintings in arts in high school. We had a teacher, Miss Masumian, who brought in somebody to show us how to do it, and I painted a landscape in that style. But I've never done one since, and now I'm thinking about it for the first time in like forever, and it occurs to me that would be a really, really fun thing to do. Oh yeah. Okay. We're down to the last bits here. We've got some clear 1x1s. These don't actually hurt your feet because they don't have the little pips on them. I know those pips have a name. I know I'm not remembering the name. I know you have to say Lego bricks, not Legos, but I just can't bring myself to abide by the rules sometimes. What do they call those pips? I know someone's going to text me and tell me. Yeah, now that I know that I'm taking too long to do this, but honestly, we have to finish what we started. Oh, all the little police lights. I have been organizing my Lego collection. I tweeted about it a few days ago. I've been organizing my Lego collection, and it's been incredibly satisfying, but it's a big collection and it spans probably 45 years. I'm not kidding. It's an intense amount of Legos going back to the early 70s. And wrapping I want to store it properly, right? That's really important. But in order to store it properly, I have to wrap my head around the totality of it. How many sorters I need, how many compartments, etc., what I need to buy, what I need to make. And it is non-trivial, man. And I went looking at Lego storage solutions. It seems like there's as many storage solutions for Lego as there are Lego brand bricks. So I am still in the throes of trying to figure out the optimal way. First, I was thinking about these big trays in which I could make big, 18 by 36 inch trays that are 2 inch deep with tons of little separators in them. And then I thought about well, that's great. But then if the moment I want to carry that entire tray up to my loft to store it, I'm in trouble because it's not going to make that transition up the stairs to the loft. So then I have to figure out a movable, not just a storable size, but a size that actually interacts with my shop, right? Interacts with where things are going to go. Because I've built lots of storage solutions that I've had to abandon because while the solution itself was great, it did not fit into the pacing of the shop and it wasn't able to go anywhere. And so I had to come up with a new strategy or a new stratagem. All right. I actually have a second Ichiban kit. I chose the spinner today simply because I love Blade Runner, but the second Ichiban Toys kit that I love is the Orca from Jaws. That is a freaking awesome kit. I love that kind of deep cultural cut. All right, we are all pretty good here. I am properly knolled. This is 198 pieces of Lego that soon will be a Blade Runner spinner. So let's go. Step number, I really appreciate the effort they went to do this. This isn't digital. These are actually photos that they took. And for a while in the mid to late 90s, I worked for Zoob, a building toy based on ball and socket joints. And we had building manuals for how to put together Zoobs in various constructions. And when we had to make those manuals, it became really clear what masterpieces of design Lego instruction booklets actually are and how difficult the problem is to make a complex build really parsable by anybody. This is a non-trivial task. So I really appreciate a fan doing this. So we start out with these two guys and one of these. And it goes like this. And then two of the little upper graboids. That's what I call these little things, graboids. These little, those little ones that grab the, Okay. So then, wow, they're not holding back. I'm really having to parse each one of these. So, okay, that, I guess, right. That goes like that. So that goes there. And then that goes there. You're going to hear me say that a lot. Oh, look, they included all the parts I needed and I wasn't even paying attention. Next, two of the long puppies. Are they the long puppies times two? No, I think those are too long. I think those might be too long. Let's see here. Okay. Let's go get these parts. There's one. Right, okay. Where's that? Where did you go? Come on. Come on. Oh. This is embarrassing. Okay, so that sits like that. And then, it's the little handle I dropped. Okay. You're getting the full experience. There you are. Okay. That sits like that. I didn't know my own strength. That doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? It should be standing up straighter. That's the trick. It looks actually like it's not completely. Am I just wasting all this time and this is just the base? I think that's exactly what's happening here. Okay, I'm going to put that over there. Next. There we go. So we need 2 of those, 3 of those, 2 of the blue slick tiles, 2 of the 1x4s. There they are. And then 2 of the clear slanted slick tiles. Okay, so Perk. Do you guys make sound effects when you put together your Legos? Oh, it's 3 of those. There we go. Because I can't stop. Do the yes, and yes, great. I love one of the things I find particularly amazing about the Lego build system is the colors. It is, again, when I worked for the building toy company for Zoob, we had to choose 5 primary major colors for the big toy system. And that is not easy to do because when you choose colors for a toy system, those colors have to work under every possible combination. And the fact that Lego colors almost never clash is shocking. And once you spend a lot of time building with Legos, you understand that the colors have a very specific opinion about color, I think is the right way to put it. There we go. Like the colors of Lego are saturated colors. They have a depth to them. They seem to really prefer that. Okay, and that one goes on the other side of that. Where is it? There we go. Look, the long and the short is the fact that almost all the Lego colors go with all the other Lego colors is a real design achievement, and you should tip your hat to them for being able to nail it so often. Although in the gray department, the warm gray versus the cold dark gray, man, those two are really hard to tell apart if your lighting is not optimal. Okay, so we have 2 of, there they are, those guys. And the little red 1x1 slicks. Oh, nice. Then we have, oh, yeah, where's that one? Ah, that's it. Oh, the dark ones, nice. Okay, that's that step. Then we've got that. Ooh, plus the round 1x1 slick. Wait, nope, got it wrong. I was getting hasty and I wasn't paying attention. These are the police lights. So they go here and I hadn't turned it around. Now that's just like that. That goes there. That goes there. And we have the, yeah. Perfect. Is that right? Is everything there? Yes. Okay. Now we need 2 more of, oh, wait. From step 3. Oh, look at that. There we go. That's it from step 3. So this comes in here. Wow, look at that. Dude. Have I gotten that right? Yes. Oh, that is nice. That is a lovely bit of engineering there. That covers that. That covers that. And then we have those two. This is lovely. Now, oh, new construction. Okay. One of those, two of those, two of those, two of those. Okay. Now turn this over. Those go there. These go there. Those go there. Okay. Now I need 3, 2, 2. Those go. 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through his vorpal blade went snicker snack. He hacked it dead, and with its head he went galumphing back. I used to sing to my sons every night. No, it was a good thing. It wasn't punishment. And later, I would recite the poem Jabber for a while. For this period of time, I would recite the poem Jabberwocky, but he took his vorpal sword in hand, long time the maximum foe he sought. When I got to that point, I would break out a lightsaber. And the boys always really dug it. It was really fun. So they'd be like, do Jabberwocky. So I do Jabberwocky in the dark. And I would tell them, he took the vorpal sword in hand. Vroom, and I'd light up the lightsaber, and my face would look dramatic by the light of the lightsaber. It was fun. Memorizing stuff is great for children because they're kind of the only people that care that you've memorized stuff. You can bore lots of adults with that, but children are an excellent audience. Have I gotten everything there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, moving on to step 10. Excellent. So we have these guys. I love these little 1x2s with the 2 holes in them. They feel like densely useful is what they feel like to me. These are chiral, so yeah, do that to that. And then where do oh, interesting. Okay, so these two get those guys, and then those go. Oh, that's fascinating. It's the engineering of a Lego build is really neat. There are often some super cool solutions to obtaining some structural cohesion. Okay, 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those. Oh, no, I haven't gotten to those yet. 2 more. Color is actually, the grays are really difficult to determine often in the instructions, in my opinion. Those look like light gray here, but of course, if you photograph them at their actual color, they'd be almost too dark, and the light grays look almost white. It's kind of, hard to avoid. I've got one of these little guys that lives there. And then, oh yeah, I've got the ratcheting hinges here. Ooh, and these are mounting upside down. Dogs and cats living together. What chaos. Oh, and 2 of the little clear slicks, 1x1s. Oh, and they go, wait a second. These 2. Okay, so they go like that and that. I'm often more impressed with little builds that achieve the look that they're going for than big builds, because I figure like the bigger the scale, the easier it is to find the efficiencies and do the engineering. But when a build is really small, that's amazing to get the engineering and the look right. So we're assembling a couple of wheels. Oh man, I got to tell you, in assembling my Lego collection and taking a look at it, I've got some really rare stuff in there. Hold on, I'll show you one. These guys. Yeah, I have like more than a dozen of these old gears from the Lego gear system. Some really cool stuff. Plus, I've got a whole bunch of little bennies, the little spacemen with a planetoid on their chest. Okay, those are on the side. On to step 12. We're at a cool even dozen. Okay, so now that comes up. Those stay there. These come along. Oh man, what a thing. And that comes to about there. So this looks like what would be called an illegal connection, maybe, but it works. Wait a second. Yeah, that totally works. Does it? Does it work? Does it work? Does it blend? Oh, I'm off by a half. There we go. That's it. So that's part of the internal chassis. Ooh, and we flip it over. Yeah, now we get to put in the seats. There's Gaff. And there's Deckard. They sit there. Great. This plus these two plus these two. Uh-huh. 1, 2 on the third. And that sits there. Yeah. Oh, okay. So then these two graboids with steering mechanism, but they're not being used as a steering mechanism. Okay, that's it's there. Ah, I see. That thing I made before was the dashboard. Hey, don't you fall on me. Get it together. Good. All right. There's that. Everything is locked down. Am I forgetting anything? 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those, 1 of those, 2 of those. Step 14. Whoa, I already get to put on the canopy? No way. Okay, so let me break out this. We got 1 of these, 2 of these, 2 of those, plus 2 of these. Now, where do they all go? Let us see. That goes there, up on top, with the 2 reds. Oh, nice. Okay, so these graboids sit on those little axles there. Ow. Yeah. Oh, good. You're good. And those come in. Oh, I see. These come in. They ratchet in. Well, they don't ratchet, but they, yeah, there we go. Come on. Oh. Dude. Behave. Oh, behave. Okay. Those. Where do these guys go? One of them goes. Oh, wait a second. How did I get this wrong? What did I get wrong? Did I put this in the wrong place? I did put it in the wrong place. I moved it a little too far forward. Oh, man. Luckily, I have the finger strength. So I see. So this, yeah. I had missed the whole, look at that. That is gorgeous. That's looking really, really sweet. I'm sorry I haven't showed you parts of this build before. Here, hang on a second. Let's try. Do I look like a, yeah, there you go. Now you can see it. Excellent. And then this guy goes there. Okay. Now, another one of those, two of these, two of the orange 1x1s. Hey, Lego. Look at this. This is interesting. These are two of the same part. You see the color value is slightly different. That's given the incredible rigor with which Lego manufactures its plastic parts, that's got to mean it's really hard to do that right. Color matching on those oranges must be a real bear. Okay, so those are the part of the police light system. These are looking great. Oh my God, wouldn't it be great to have like a Lego Blade Runner spinner this big? I haven't gone looking, but maybe somebody already makes one. Interesting. So it's just like some pieces of equipment going on up here. One's there and one's there. And then this guy is here and this guy goes in between those two. What a nifty little, and am I missing this one? We'll have to see. I don't think I am. I don't think I'm missing anything here. All right. I just had one too many. Ooh, new arrangement. So two of those, one of those, four of those, one of those, two of those, and that guy. So we start out with this, and these three, the L bracket angle irons. Then we put on these little fascia pieces, and we do the 2x3. Then, these angle pieces are very loose, but they will get secured in the next step. Okay, so this lives out. Oh, this lives where? Out there? No. There. I just have it mounted in the wrong place. There we go. That's it. Okay. And so then this guy, lives there. And this guy, got the wrong one. Lives there. Oh, yeah. And then we do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good God, has it already been 45 minutes? Well, I started 10 minutes late, but we're getting close. So now I take this arrangement and I put two of these guys in here. Yes. And yes. And then this bolts to the back of this. Oh, yeah. You know, it's funny, knowing cooks as I do, one of the things that I learned is that it's one thing to make something taste good. It's quite another to engineer it to be good for every customer every night times, 200 seatings or something like that. And I imagine it's similar with Lego. Like it's one thing to make a cool Lego and make it look good. It's quite another, I'll wager, to make the directions so that anyone can build it. You've got to there's a lot of choices to make. And I am missing a red single. Hold on just a second. I actually have a stash of them. I have been separating out the clears. This is my temporary Lego storage. I had someone shipped me something in a, there we go. Someone shipped me something back to the shop in this giant 1/2-inch foam board. I had like 2 4x8 sheets of it, and I used it for all my temporary Lego storage. So that guy goes there. Then we do those plus those. We get these puppies on there. Puppy is such a great generic term. Is that two shows? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, then the blue slanted slicks sit on the front here, and the red flat slicks sit on the back. And I'll bet, oh, no, oh, yeah. Oh, this is going to be cool. So we do those two like this. These are the front Blade Runner fenders right there. That just feels like so Blade Runner-y to me. Completely down. Okay. So it looks like I'll wager these are chiral, so I do them both opposite each other. So I'm making a decision just to build them both at the same time. There, yes, there, yes. And then these two guys. Yes. And then, oh, right. Okay, so if the hinge is on that side, this one gets that one. Yes. So the hinge is on that side, this one gets that one. And then we use two more of those. And somehow I've screwed it up. I have screwed it up because that goes there. Yeah, I cinched it up a little too far. I was off by one. There we go. So got to make the same shift over here. Live up there. You live there. You come down one. And you come down. I believe my mom is watching today. Hi, Mom. She's over in our house, happily ensconced. Okay. Oh, right. So we do 1, 2. Oh, yes. I see now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I love it when you start using the last of pieces. That's another thing about knolling. It gives you momentum, man, because you see how you're doing. Okay, so let's see. We're still going on the opposite side. So that lives there, that lives there. We do these two yellows on the inside, there and there, and then right, those and those, and then the big ones or the small ones? The big ones live on the outside, and then when we turn them over, the small one with the little doohickey. Yes, that's how it mounts. Great. Same thing there. That one mounts. This is some lovely engineering. Wait, did I get that right? Or did I get that wrong? Oh. Come on. Yes, there you go. You cooperated. Thank you very much. Yep. Now you're having me build the other one. And then, oh, wow. Yeah, you're just jumping right in there. Okay, step 24, which is the last step. So this sits here. How does it do that? Oh, look at that. Wow. That is kind of a nifty little bit of engineering. Hold on. Let me just get this cinched up. Good. That is lovely. That little line. Okay. And then with the, yeah. Wait a second. Oh, stop breaking on me. What did I get wrong? I got something wrong here. Oh, right. Wait. I've totally botched this for a second. Okay, so that is that, and that is that. There we go. Okay. So then, wait a second. I got the positions of those two reversed. That one lives there, and that one lives there. And yep. Almost there. We're on the home stretch. So, how does it fly? Wait a second. Oh, I got so much of this wrong. Okay, so if that's that, right, then that lives. I have these on the wrong sides. Stop breaking on me. Yeah, I was going too fast. That's what I do. I go too fast. So if that's on the other side, good Lord. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's correct. That's correct. Those two are chiral. Yep. And so then this guy lives there, right? Yes. That guy lives there. And this guy lives there. So then, nope, I'm still wrong. I'm still wrong. Let's see here. Oh, nope, I am right. So that lives there. And then all of a sudden, this should just clip in and it all kind of works. And not only does it work, wait a sec. Oh my gosh, that's brilliant. But wait, why am I, hold on, the door's not closing. Sorry, I can't, now I'm obsessed. Let's see here. Yeah, that totally lives there. But for some reason, it's not sitting flat. Oh, it's because I again mounted it too high. There you go. I was just not paying attention to where it went. Okay, so that is pretty beautiful and awesome. This is Ichiban Toys Blade Runner Spinner. We have a few extra bits and bobs that don't know where they went. But that's totally fine. We've got the rear and also the doors open. That is a beautiful little bit of extra engineering. Thank you, Ichiban Toys. That was a really lovely build. And yeah, I actually know where you, my new friend, are going to live.